How's it going, all you lovely little weirdos? I am Global Outcast, and that is my co-host, the Anime Shogun.
Who's currently eating food right now.
Yes, he is. And today we'll be talking about speculations and what we think is going on in Deadpool 3.
And how much of a piece of shit it's gonna be. No, I'm just kidding, everybody.
Personally, one thing I want to talk about though was Hugh Jackman's back as Wolverine.
That's actually that's something I was talking about too. Is the whole scene of is he coming back into the universe, or is this kind of like his one and done?
I think I think they'll have him stay on because I heard some people talk about it, how they think he's going to stay on until Secret Wars,
Okay.
and then he's done.
Yeah, because doesn't this one, now going outside from that, doesn't this one talk a little bit more along the lines of the alternate timeline, like Loki and all that? Because I think that there's a part where you see the TVA.
Yes, TVA is involved. This one's, TVA's in it, and from what I've seen from the few trailers that I have seen, because I don't know how many trailers they have, that the TVA's involved. His timeline's going to get pruned for some reason, I think.
Pruned. Now explain to the listeners what pruned means.
Pruned is what happens if the timeline's there that shouldn't be. So they cut it off, prune it. And in Loki, when Loki, I think it was Loki's variant, the female Loki, the one he tried to,
Yeah, the one he wanted to get with.
Yeah. Just goes to show you, Loki loves himself. Dun, dun, shh.
Ha 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 ha! No.
But when she killed him, the timeline started to branch off. Everything started going wacky, weird.
See, I don't even remember she killing him. Didn't he kill her?
No, she killed him and then she took off.
I guess I don't remember that.
Yeah, because in the second season, I think he tried to look for her for a little bit. I haven't seen the second season of Loki yet.
I don't recall, so.
And so he gets involved. He has to do something that involves the TVA, and I think the TVA is going to try and go back on their word, because eventually they do fight. He does fight them. You see in one of the scenes in the trailer him fighting the TVA.
That's what I thought I saw. That's how I knew the TVA was involved, was when Deadpool was fighting them.
Yeah. And I'm kind of excited. This is Cassandra Nova's going to be in it.
Who?
Cassandra Nova, the evil twin of Professor Xavier.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, she's like an evil twin. I don't know much about her. I know she's like a manifestation of his powers in the womb. When he was in the womb, he like absorbed her, and comics weird. Of course, that's not the weirdest thing I've ever heard from comics.
Right.
Yeah, but she's involved. I think she's gonna be like one of the big baddie, because you see in the trailer, Pyro's back.
Yeah, there's speculation of everybody who's kind of back. You see, Pyro. It looked like they were bringing in
that one red dude from First Class.
That, and it looks like they were bringing back Sabretooth
and Lady Deathstrike. In one of the pictures, sorry, I'm also losing people. In one of the stills, it shows there's a lady with like long claws or whatever, and her head, and it looks like Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah, because she's like the female version of Wolverine, but that's not his daughter.
No, she's another experimentation. She was a love interest of Logan's, that he ended up killing the guy who gave him his powers, which ended up being
Yeah, if you
her
go back
father.
to X-Men, I think it was X-Men 1.
Yeah, but I am excited because Wolverine's wearing. Wolverine's wearing the yellow suit.
Yeah, I saw that they actually have him.
I hope to God he says his line.
Which one?
I'm the best at what I do, and what I do ain't very nice. He has never said it in any of the Fox Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I want him to say it at least once. That is by far one of my favorite Logan lines. But I did heard speculations of Gambit, Channing Tatum's Gambit, like these, all sorts of things. Elektra, Daredevil, all sorts of, all sorts of like speculations of
I
those.
don't know how I feel if we're gonna see Channing Tatum's Gambit. I don't know how I'm gonna feel.
Well, I was.
Because the one from I don't remember which one it was. I don't want to say it was X-Men Origins.
It was X-Men's Origins.
Was it where he met Gambit?
Yes, that Channing Tatum's Gambit was going to be different. He was going to talk like Gambit.
Yeah, but see the guy that from X-Men Origins, I feel like he wasn't too bad as Gambit. But anyway, we're getting more into the whole X-Men thing and
Yeah,
not Deadpool.
yeah.
So
I'm excited because my favorite scene in the trailer so far is when they knock on the door and he goes, whoa, 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 punt the how do you say it? Well, he walks out and
yeah, he says like put the love daggers or put the whatever, put them away because he's like, that's very common in Wolverines over the age of 40.
yeah, that too. Um, when the TVA first meets him and they rip off his fake hair.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see that. I'm also excited to see how irritating he's going to be to Logan. It's
Oh
gonna be
yeah, that'll
a
be interesting.
oh, I'm gonna love every single second of it. And for those of you who don't know, Cassandra, from what it looks like in the movie, Cassandra Cain is kind of taken over the world. I think because I think her base is in a dead variant of Ant-Man.
That's possible.
I think, and she's psychic like Xavier, so she can kind of control Wolverine, as you saw in the trailer. Which I'm excited to see how they take her down.
Yeah,
So,
it'll be interesting.
so if they brought in Lady Deadpool, who would you want to play Lady Deadpool?
It's hard. It's hard to say because I don't know for sure. It has to be somebody that's kind of witty
Hmm.
and funny. Now, that being said, I don't shoot me in the leg for this. But what if they actually brought in Ryan Reynolds' wife to play Lady Deadpool?
Maybe,
Blake Lively?
maybe. I know a perfect person to play Lady Deadpool.
Okay.
Give me a second. I have to look up her name. She's from a different movie.
Well, they're all from different movies.
Samara Weaving. She played Nyx in Guns Akimbo. And she played a perfect smartass type of thing. I think she'd be perfect for Lady Deadpool.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, watch that movie. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's the one with the Harry Potter.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe gets two guns bolted to his hands.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a poster of him literally in bare slippers, like bare feet slippers. and he's got the guns literally bolted into his hands.
Yeah.
And he's all happy because he's like, we're not going to kill each other. Then I don't know if it's the same chick that you're talking about that's like, nope, everybody's dying.
Yeah, her. She's amazing. She'd play an amazing Lady Deadpool. Yeah. So, do you have any questions or comments?
Um, I don't know. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be funny.
All right, I got a question. And what are you hoping to be in the movie?
I'm trying to fucking eat while doing this, you son of a bitch. But I don't know. That being said, I am curious to see how, because the one part I know I'm going to laugh my ass off
Hmm.
is literally when they're at the bar scene
Hmm.
and he pulls out the claws and it's not fully out.
Yep.
And he's like, that's common in Wolverines over the age of 40. He's like, you don't want any of this, bud.
Yeah. Or when he first meets him at the bar, I'm cutting you off. Just one more.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm curious to see what he did because it looks like he's sulking.
They said in the trailer it was something about he let people die.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about because I'm curious if they're gonna go old man Logan or if they're gonna go different. Well, old man Logan in the comics.
No, I think they already did Old Man Logan.
Well, because old man Logan in the comics, he became somewhat of a pacifist because Mysterio tricked him into killing all the X-Men. So I'm curious if they're gonna do something like that. That's what I'm curious about.
I don't know, because at the bar he sits there and said that he killed somebody or he killed a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Or he let his timeline die, basically.
yeah. I also heard a rumor of the kid who played X-23s coming into this movie. I heard it's a rumor. I heard. Don't quote me on it.
If it does, then it would kind of fit in with what you're saying with Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
Because that's technically his daughter.
Hmm.
Like it is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting because I want to see a little bit more of X-23.
Oh, they should have done more with her. She did an amazing job playing X-23.
Oh yeah,
If they
hands
bring
down.
if they bring her back, they could potentially add her into the Marvel universe if she wanted to continue playing X-23.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It'd be kind of interesting.
yeah, it would be. Ugh,
I'd be down to see it.
I would. I'm definitely gonna try and see it. Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, I what I'd like them to eventually start trying to fucking do.
Hmm.
I want to see because you know who he's with now. Me and Deadpool. I
Yeah,
was with his girlfriend. Everybody's all like, "Oh yeah, you know they're super happy about it with her."
yeah.
My thing is, yeah, she's a great person to have,
Hmm.
but she's not who I want to see Deadpool with.
Who do you want to see Deadpool with?
I want to see him with Lady Death.
Yep, yep, yep. That would be cool.
Well, I feel like they've been fucking around and dancing around it because she should have been introduced once we got introduced to Thanos.
Yeah, they should have done it that way.
Because he was in love with her first.
Yeah, yeah, they really should have introduced him
Excuse me.
that way.
Well, that's just it. That's my biggest problem is that's how it should be. That's how it should be because that's who he was with first. She was with first. she was with him first because if I remember correctly, he wanted to actually be with her so he could prevent his own death.
Yeah.
Because she's like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. She is.
Because she was in love with. Because I don't remember from the comics on what had happened with her and Thanos. I don't remember if Deadpool technically killed him or if Deadpool kind of just stole Lady Death from him.
From what I'm understanding, Deadpool stole Lady Death from him, and that pissed off Thanos, so he made Deadpool immortal, so he couldn't be with Lady Death.
Right. So that being said, the fact that they missed the opportunity with Thanos,
Yeah.
and that pissed me off a little bit. That being said, though, technically you can't. Yes, you have Deadpool, but you can't really have Deadpool without Lady Death
Yeah.
because that is his biggest love interest is Lady Death. Because there was a time in the comics he wanted to die to be in love with her, to be
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah.
So that's where my issue comes in.
Yeah.
Because that's who he should be with. And I'm still patiently waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd like to see happen. Will I see it? Probably not.
Yeah. I
Because I think the lady he's with now is great. But if I remember reading somewhere, she's technically a mutant.
Yeah.
And it's one of those like, yeah, it's great, but they need to start building because I feel like that's what they're not doing. They're not building up to him being with Lady Death. And yeah, he flirts with everybody. Fuck, he flirts with Rogue. He flirts with everybody.
Yeah. I
But
think.
it annoys the hell out of me
Yeah.
on the fact that we could be seeing Lady Death at some point, and they're just dancing around it, and that's what pisses me off.
Yeah. Kind of curious to see how they would do that. I think one thing I want to see is they don't have to bring them in. They could just show in the TVA all other variants of Deadpool.
Yeah, that'd be great to see. You got Lady Deadpool, some of
Kid,
the
De-
other.
Kid,
That would be cool to see.
yeah, Kid Deadpool, Deadpool Head from the Marvel Zombies universe. Just all sorts of different variants on the TV show, and these are your variants. Yada yada yada. How they deal with it is how they deal with it. I don't know how they're gonna deal with Deadpool, because yeah, Deadpool's kind of a wild card.
But that's just my biggest concern is how the fuck are we going to essentially go about it? And
Yeah,
that's where, like I said, I'm excited to see Wolverine come back, and I'm excited to see the movie, and I really want to go see the movie. That being said, too, though, I don't know exactly how it's going to go down.
yeah, I'm.
And there are some things that are great about it. Then there are some things that are long overdue.
Yeah, yeah, I'm curious about that. I'm curious
Because
what all they're gonna do with it, and how they're gonna do it, how they're gonna fish. Like, I'm pretty sure they'll fix everything in Secret Wars. Do
yeah, that'll
everything.
be interesting. But
Yeah, because I'm hoping that they'll either give us like a posting credit of them jumping into like the Secret Wars universe, or something. Because I know in one of the trailers it showed them jumping into a portal.
yeah, like I said, my biggest thing is I would love to see X-23 come back, but I really want to see Deadpool. At least a hint of the love interest between Deadpool and Lady Death,
Oh
because
yeah,
that's long overdue at this point. It needs to happen because I feel like, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like Lady Death plays a very huge, and I mean huge, significant factor in in Deadpool. Like it has to happen. You know what I mean?
At least in part of some of the stories she does. Because I know times he jumps from Lady Death to there was a time he married a demon princess from from the
Yep.
underworld. Um, he's been in all sorts of relationships and everything like that. And
Yeah, like I said, he's even been known to flirt with Rogue from
yeah,
time to time.
yeah,
But that being said, still, Lady Death does play a big, significant role, and it needs to happen.
oh yeah,
It
it
does.
does. It really does.
I'll say it. It needs to happen. Because you've got the one girl who's a mutant, but we have no idea where that's going to end. Like how that's going to end up. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
So at least with Lady Death, we get an idea of what's going to happen, what's going on. Because she does play a significant role in Deadpool. She does.
yeah.
But it's just like I said, what pisses me off is that it's long overdue for this shit to happen.
Oh
And it
yeah,
needs to happen.
yeah, it does. One thing I'm cautious about is
This dick.
right. I said cautious, not hopeful for. Um,
Ha 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 ha. Gay.
right is I'm scared of Disney digging their fingers into Deadpool.
Technically, Disney won't be in it because of the fact that Disney can't. With
Well,
how Deadpool is, I do not believe that Disney has any say in this right now. Because Deadpool, like Spider-Man, Spider-Man is technically owned by Sony.
hmm
Even though it's Marvel, you can go on Disney Plus right now and you won't see a Spider-Man movie
yeah,
because it's owned by Sony. That being said, it's the same thing with Deadpool. Disney can't technically put any pause on it because technically speaking, FX, I believe, or Fox owns Deadpool.
Disney now owns Fox.
Oh, do they?
Yes, Disney now owns Fox, which is why they're finally bringing in the Fantastic Four because the Fantastic and eventually they'll be bringing in the X-Men because both franchises were owned by Fox.
Right. I knew about X-Men being Fox. I didn't know that they had uh bought it.
Yes, they bought Fox because Fox was, I think, trying to go more towards the news route, and so they sold a bunch of their um, entertainment shit, and Disney bought it. So, but that's what I'm cautious about that because what if Marvel digs their fingers in and says,
You mean
well,
Disney? You just said Marvel.
you know, what Disney? I meant Disney. What if we did? What if we change this about him? What if we change that? What if we change the rating from R to PG-13 so more people can see it? And it's just with how Disney is, they've been bombing a lot at the box offices, and it's something I'm scared of that they're going to do. That they're going to end up ruining Deadpool because of it. Because
You know,
look,
you're right to worry.
yeah, look how they ruined Star Wars.
Yeah, especially with the Anakin Skywalker saga. Trust me, I know. A lot of people were not happy with the whole fucking 7, 8, 9, how it's basically all Ray and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Deadpool 3. Um.
No, it's a fair concern.
Oh yeah.
It's a fair concern, but
Do you have any concerns?
I mean, I share the same concern there. But the biggest thing that I could say about it is if it does end up being something like that, the biggest problem is you can't really have a Deadpool movie and keep it PG-13.
Yeah. I mean, they did
But
it as a
I do
gimmick in the
have the
second
same
one.
concerns. Huh?
They did it PG-13 one as a gimmick in Deadpool 2. They released it later on DVD.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm referring to.
Yeah, no, I was like, it's just, yeah, it's just, I'm cautiously scared about with what Disney's gonna do.
You have every right to be.
Yeah, I hope that we get some hints to Secret Wars because I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, because I feel like that'd be interesting to see Logan in Secret Wars. I'm curious on because I only saw the one part from the trailer and I can't remember if it was his adamantite claws or if it was his bone claws.
From what I saw in the trailer, it was his adamantite.
Was it?
Yes.
See, I can't remember. That's why I wasn't sure.
I hope we get some sort of like this is what happened with Professor X, this is what happened with Magneto, Cyclops, and the others, and Deadpool makes a quip.
Oh, I'm sure.
What
I
about
think he
Spider?
even I think even from the trailer, I think there's an actual comic book reference of him saying, "Well, I got to clean up this mess," and I think that references to the whole him actually killing all of the Marvel universe.
I think so. Oh, I was watching a video on Deadpool 3, and my favorite so far is the little nod they did to Rob Liefeld, who drew Deadpool. Apparently, he can't draw feet, so Deadpool always makes fun of him
Yeah.
in the movies. And in his latest one, it showed a shot, like a shoe shop type thing, Liefeld's footwear or something like that.
What is it?
It's Liefield's footwear. It's hold on, let me Deadpool 3. Though while we do this, I hope they bring in at least one of the two of the Sabretooths.
That's what I mean.
It's called Liefeld Just Feet. And it's the scene where Deadpool and Wolverine are walking through like a town.
Okay.
Let me send it to you. I'll send it to you in Messenger. There you are. Yeah, that's the scene. His name is He drew. I think he was the first one to draw Deadpool, and he can't draw feet. So in every like in that, I can't remember if it's the first or second one. They made a quip about him, and then this one they made another quip, which is something
Okay.
Deadpool does. He breaks the
Yeah.
fourth wall, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, because my favorite scene, kind of reminiscent about the Deadpool movies, my favorite scene is literally in the first one where the blind woman talks about fucking, is that blood? You fucking, or wear red, because he's trying to literally use a fucking pen to get out the blood stains.
Yep.
And she's like, use a pen, or why don't you wear red, jackass? And
Yep.
uh he's like, he looks at the viewers and then he looks at her, and I don't remember what he says.
A fourth
And
wall.
then he basically he said something, and it was like a fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break. That's like
16
16
walls.
walls.
I know.
Like, to me, that was a good one.
Yeah. I like my
I
favorite.
I'm hoping for some more stuff like that.
Yes.
Or I'm curious, and that's the other thing I'm curious about too. So you see how we're getting Wolverine back now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen between the story with him and Cyclops and everybody? Or
That's
not
what.
Cyclops, but why am I forgetting his hero name?
Who?
What do you think? Big
Spider-Man?
metal fucking the
Oh,
big
Colossus?
metal Colossus. Thank you. I was forgetting his hero name because they've redone Colossus so many times. Because you've got how Colossus was in the X-Men movies, than in Deadpool. In the X-Men movies, Colossus was a teenager, but he was pretty jacked for a teenager.
Yeah.
In the Deadpool movies, they basically animated him and threw a Russian accent on him,
Well, he is
which I
Russian.
have no issues with.
Yeah.
I know, but in the movie, if you shut the fuck up for a minute, in the movies, like in the X-Men movies, and the one you saw Colossus in,
Hmm.
he didn't really talk much.
Yeah.
So there really wasn't a Russian accent on him. There was just
Yeah.
really nothing. But if you look through and you actually, and then you go to Deadpool, he's animated, but and they added the Russian accent to him.
Yeah.
Because you're right, he's Russian. But I'm curious to see how is that going to work out with them throwing Wolverine in now, because everybody knows it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So are they kicking Colossus and Negasonic Teenage? What the shit? Are they kicking them out? Or are we going to see a little, like the whole thing with Deadpool 2? Where's the rest of the X-Men? And then you see him drive by. I think it's in like the extended version. But you see them, he's driving by in Professor's chair, and you see Beast literally like stare at you and close the doors quiet, like slowly.
Yeah. The people from X-Men First Class. I loved that scene. Just slowly close the door so they can't see him. I'm
So I wonder if we're going to see something like that then.
I'm curious about that too, just because I want because when he officially goes over to the Marvel universe, because that's what they're going to be doing, I don't think well, I hope the God Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead stay,
No, say it right. Negasonic Teenage. What the shit?
and I hope those two stay, but play like a variants of themselves, just because it'd be cool.
I'd honestly be okay if they didn't show up, but they did make a little like thing, like with the people from X-Men First Class.
Yeah, yeah,
Where you see people kind of show up.
yeah.
I'd be interested in seeing something like that.
Honestly, I would too. But it is about time for us to sign out, ladies and gentlemen.
About fucking time.
And remember, folks, have a good one. Behave yourselves. And
Will you just shut the fuck up and end this shit already?